Volcanoes tower above a lake that's 240 meters deep, the deepest in Central America. I'm in Guatemala on one of the world's most beautiful lakes, Lake Atitlan. Many Guatemalan landscapes are dominated by volcanoes. The country has 37, including 3 that are still active. As well as incomparable physical beauty, Guatemala has astounding wildlife. On my adventures here, I'll meet a majestic lizard with a venomous bite and be serenaded by black howlers. I'll climb the world's most massive pyramid and scale a waterfall to meet a stunning palm viper. I'm astounded by a lizard. That was brilliant. Startled by a crocodile, and witness the Earth's subterranean power. Guatemala is in the north of Central America. Lake Atitlan lies in the southwest highlands. I visit nearby Los Tarrales. Owned by the Burge family for over 80 years, Los Tarrales is a coffee farm and private nature reserve. Many traditional practices are preserved here. It's the only coffee farm in Guatemala that still has a working steam engine. Andy Burge lovingly maintains the 119-year-old engine, which spins and heats up the guardiolas, a large barrel for drying the coffee beans. Los Tarrales coffee has been shipped all over the world. I have a cup in the garden. The coffee here is sublime, and the number of birds on the feeders extraordinary. Los Tarrales is managed for conservation. The big trees have been left standing. The young coffee plants are shaded by native trees, and that means an abundance of birds. There's orioles and white-bellied chachalacas. Today, a golden-fronted woodpecker is a banana pecker instead. The king of the feeders, a lessons mot-mot. He fiercely takes on all comers and sees off an oriole. The yellow-throated euphonias are charming. Baltimore orioles nest in the US and spend the winter here. Orioles squabbling over the fruit. An adult Baltimore bullies the browner juveniles. Los Tarrales has almost 300 kinds of butterfly. A banded peacock, a red cracker, and a giant swallowtail. There's a mot-mot on the feeder and an agouti beneath it. These relatives of guinea pigs are very confiding here. Guide Freddie Toll takes me to one of the barns. Yesterday, he saw a snake here. But is it still around? Freddie, there it is! Got him! This is what we were hoping to see. Oh, dear me. An indigo snake. Sumbadora is the name in Guatemala. That means speedy snake. Some of the local people believe they can move faster than a person can run. They can even whip you with their tails. And nearly everyone believes that they're venomous. Of course, it's a harmless snake. They come around farm buildings to feed on rats and mice. So indigo snakes are in fact the farmer's friend. They'll even eat other snakes, including deadly ones like the terciopelo. Beautiful, isn't it, Freddie?
Wonderful.
Yeah, thank you for telling me it was there. Do you want to touch him?
Okay.
Is that the first time you've touched a
Yeah,
snake?
it's first time.
Yeah, well done. Let's let him go. Great. Thanks, Freddie.
You're welcome.
That was fun, wasn't it? There's so much to see. Los Tarrales covers an area of 1,200 hectares. Extensive patches of natural forest are interspersed with the coffee crop. On the edge of this clearing, there are charming black and white birds. Freddie knows a day roost of one of my favourite groups of birds.
There's the owl. 2 of them.
Unmistakable. A pair of black and white owls. Insects and bats are their preferred prey. One of them's noticed us. It's looking down, but it's not too bothered. Charming owls. Thanks, Freddie.
Okay, sir.
Lovely. Other owls often roost in the stands of bamboo here. This is a mottled owl. With luck, you can see 10 species of owl at Los Tarrales. One day, I hope to come back to meet the other kinds. But now I travel to the north of Guatemala. The Petén region has many marvellous Maya sites, including Tikal, Yaxhá and El Mirador. I visited Tikal 10 years ago. Built by the ancient Maya, the city was abandoned around 1100 years ago. I walked down an awe-inspiring pyramid to be awe-struck by a spectacular bird, the ocellated turkey. These birds were well known to the Maya, and I'm sure they were beguiled by them too.
That head is really strange. Sky blue skin and those bright orange warts.
Ocellated turkeys search for seeds, fruit and insects in the forests of Mexico, Belize and Guatemala. In most places they're endangered, but this is a safe haven. Tikal is part of the Maya Biosphere Reserve, a huge protected area surrounding the Maya sites. Today I'm exploring Yaxhá, a Maya city named after the lake it overlooks. In its heyday, more than 1,500 years ago, nearly 50,000 people lived here. Then, just like Tikal, the metropolis was abandoned. Yaxhá has 9 temple pyramids and many stelae, ornate sculpted stones. As well as preserving these wondrous archaeological sites, Guatemala's Mayan Biosphere Reserve also protects vast areas of habitat, so these ruins are great places to look for wildlife. The reserve, a fifth of Guatemala's land area, is the most important expanse of rainforest north of the Amazon, home to jaguars, puma and other smaller hunters. There's a grey fox. They're tiny little foxes. They pounce on mice and small lizards that live amongst the ruins. It's the only member of the dog family that climbs trees, so scaling a pyramid is a doddle. Those tremendous roars reverberate around many of the Mayan ruins. Somewhere in the treetops, there's a troop of Guatemalan black howlers. There's movement just there. This is their calling card for neighbouring troops. It's not just males that howl, the whole family joins in. Even babies attempt to roar. Howlers can be heard from several kilometres away. One of the younger monkeys was stressed out by that intense howling session. An older female reassures her and holds her hand. A couple of teenage males are still hyper and wrestle playfully 20 metres above the ground. A baby boy watches and learns. When he's grown up, he may have to fight for real during a troop takeover. Their prehensile tails stop them from falling. Male howlers don't help with baby care. That's down to the females. This mum is a revolving jungle gym. Playtime is over and the howlers move off. They have small territories around 6 hectares square, so this troop will see the Maya ruins every day of their lives. Exploring Yaxhá is a new experience for me, though. Now I'm following a tip-off. One of the park rangers has told me there's a marvellous mammal that lives in this part of the ruins here. It's one that I've never seen before. I hope it's at home. It's meant to be on a beam just along here. And here he is. A Mexican tree porcupine. They usually spend the day in a hollow tree, but the shade of an ancient ruin is perfect too. This one has come here to sleep day after day. He'll come out at night to feed on seeds, fruits and leaves. He's got a prehensile tail, just like howler monkeys, for climbing in the trees. What a magical moment. I leave the porcupine to experience the sunset. Yaxhá is famous for them. The next day, I leave this beautiful site and travel to the southwestern portion of the Maya Biosphere Reserve. The San Pedro River is the gateway to Las Guacamayas Biological Station. A base in the rainforest for scientists and eco-tourists, Las Guacamayas has been supported by the Berger family for the last 15 years. Buenos dias, I'm Nigel.
Buenos dias, I'm Renee.
Hi, good morning.
Francois, welcome, Nigel.
Thank you
Hello,
very
Nigel.
much.
I'm Nini. Berger, nice to meet you.
It was a beautiful boat ride in. How much area do you protect here?
We have about 5,700 hectares.
This sanctuary is named after the endangered birds it was set up to protect. Guacamayas is the Spanish name for scarlet macaws. There's around 400 here. This northern subspecies has more blue in the wings than scarlet macaws from South America. This rainforest is a hotspot for predators too. Romulo Bedoya has the proof. Hi, Romulo.
Hola, amigo. ¿Cómo estás?
I'm looking forward to seeing what you've caught with your cameras.
Ocelote.
He's having a lovely clean. Ocelots are common here, as are coati-mundis. Tiny little babies. The tails are sticking straight up.
Amigo, un jaguar. Puma.
That's a powerful cat.
Sí.
Brilliant stuff. Thank you so much, Romulo. Those clips show just how important the forest is. The trees in the garden are a haven for collared arasaries. This one watches me and Roland Griffin, a scientist who studies reptiles and amphibians here. He's an expert on a cold-blooded cannibal that hangs out at the end of the jetty.
Look, Nigel.
Oh, yes! This is the cannibal. Larger crocs eat smaller ones. Only the second time I've seen a Morlitz crocodile.
He's a big croc. He's 3.5 to 4 metres long. We've done a few years working with them along this river.
And you can identify individuals. How do you do that?
The shape of the scales and the pattern on those scales on the back of the neck are unique, like a fingerprint. So we can take photographs of them from above, and then we can match those photographs to the individuals that we know.
They were becoming rare. How are they doing here now?
There's been a really big comeback. A survey that we did over a 20-kilometre stretch of this river, we found 120 individuals. It's been a real conservation success story.
Thanks, Roland.
You're welcome.
Hey, turtle! We never expected to find one of these. It's a critically endangered species, a Central American river turtle. They're found in southern Mexico, Belize, and here in Guatemala. They can grow huge, 75 centimetres, weigh in at 22 kilos. They're completely aquatic. Males never come onto the land. Females do 2 or 3 times a year to lay clutches of eggs. Sadly, because of their size and the fact that their meat is very tasty, they've been over-hunted, which is why they are so rare nowadays. What a magnificent animal.
They're amazing, aren't they, Nigel?
Thanks, Roland. Let's let him go now. Central American river turtles are really endangered. Other fruit eaters are less rare. Troops of monkeys often pass through the field station. This is a group of Central American spider monkeys. They sleep in groups of up to 50, but split up during the day into smaller subgroups. Feeding parties search the forest for fruit, their staple diet. Spider monkeys have the strongest, most dexterous tails of any mammal, so they can hang securely and use both hands to feed. This one hasn't noticed me, but another one has. There's one of the males displaying to me. He's really showing off. Then a feat of agility that's even more impressive. He uses his long, strong fingers as grappling hooks to brachiate, swinging hand to hand beneath branches like the gibbons of Asia. Arms that are 25% longer than his legs, the opposite of most mammals, help him do this. Moving with swings and jumps, spider monkeys can cover a lot of ground, up to 5 kilometres in a day. That was a dazzling display. At dusk, there's a chorus of frogs and insects. One call stands out from the rest. Roland and I set off to track down the singers. I know what that croak is. It's an extraordinary sound.
It really is, isn't it? And I think they're calling from a pond just over here. Oh, wow. Nigel, look, quick.
It's the one we're looking for. A Mexican burrowing toad. One of the most peculiar amphibians on Earth. specialised back legs for digging. They use those big feet for pushing away soil and sand. They spend most of their time underground. The ancient Mayans would have known this toad. They called it the whoa after that tremendous call. I've never seen one of these before. They are exquisite. Mexican burrowing toads feed mainly on ants and termites. So close to the lodge as well. The next day, we must wait for the early morning mist to clear. The visibility needs to be good for some low flying. Francois Berger is taking me in his helicopter to the roof of the Maya world. We're heading to the city of El Mirador.
This is so exciting. I can see the pyramid of Danta up ahead. El Mirador is surrounded by an ocean of forest.
I'm really excited because, like me, the Maya respected and admired snakes. There's a fabulous work of art here featuring a supernatural serpent. Francois will take me to it. Great flight. Thank you.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. This frieze is 2,400 years old.
Extraordinary. It looks like they were carved yesterday. I can see a snake coiling all the way through the frieze. There's the fang and forked tongue. You can feel the power of this mythical snake. We move on to La Danta, the pyramid we saw from the air.
This is the top of the most massive pyramids in the world.
Oh, another one of Guatemala's wonders. By volume, this is the world's largest pyramid. Only the top has been excavated, the rest is still underground. This vast structure is 2,200 years old and took 15 million man-days to build. Let's see what I can turn up here. There's a snake! Oh, hey! Oh dear, nearly escaped. This is a species the Mayans would have seen, a beautiful black-line snake. A lovely salmon pink tummy. This is a frog toad and lizard eater. There's tiny fangs under the eye, so if they bite, they can inject some venom. It causes irritation, inflammation around the bite mark, but they're usually pretty docile, like this one. This is superb. Finding a snake in front of a Mayan pyramid. Beautiful. Let's let him go now. That is brilliant. I can't leave this magical place without climbing the pyramid with Francois. My imagination leaps back 2,000 years to when this temple was used for Maya coronations and religious ceremonies. Just imagine the dignitaries in their colourful robes.
Nigel, we're on top of the Mayan world.
Oh, Francois, this is awe-inspiring. What a stupendous view. For the ancient Maya, this literally was the top of the world. At 72 metres, La Danta is the tallest structure they ever built. El Mirador was abandoned around 1,200 years ago. Climate change and deforestation played a part in its downfall. With what's going on today, that's food for thought. From the Petén region, I travel to a more modern city in the south of Guatemala, Antigua. On the outskirts, there's a charismatic lizard that's a must-see for me. En route, I visit a farmer's market. There's Maya faces in the crowd. 60% of Guatemalans are descended from them. Proud of their heritage, many of the women still wear traditional costumes. Much of this produce would have been familiar to the ancient Maya. Foods still eaten today, tamales, guacamole and corn tortillas, were down to them. I buy some manzanilla fruits. They're cooked and eaten as a dessert at Christmas here. Thank you. The city of Antigua is a World Heritage Site, renowned for its Spanish colonial buildings. I pass beneath the famous Santa Catarina Arch, which dates back to 1794. The Baroque La Merced Church was completed in 1767. It still has the original decorative facade. This beautiful city is surrounded by volcanoes and forested mountains. The highest is home to the cute lizard I've come to see. It's found in Finca El Pilar, a reserve owned by Juan Rivera's family. Juan, El Pilar is a magical place and it's so close to Antigua.
Yes, we're very proud of our wildlife, so go and check the hummingbird feeders.
Thank you very much. There's a special hummer here. El Pilar is the best place in the world to see a kind of hummingbird that I've never seen before. There's one on the feeder now, a rufous saber-wing. It's only found in a narrow strip from southern Mexico through Guatemala to El Salvador. It sips sugar water with a Rivolis hummingbird. They both give way to an incoming violet saber-wing, the largest hummer here. The lizard I'm after is high up on El Cucuruchu mountain. It shares its home with wine-throated hummingbirds. A male's gorget is the colour of a fine rosé, but only when the light hits his feathers at just the right angle. The patch of cloud forest where the lizard lives is at an altitude of over 2,000 metres. The air is cool and laden with moisture, the trees blanketed with lichens and other plants. It rains a lot here. Salamanders relish the humidity. This one is only found in the mountains of Guatemala. This is what I wanted to show you. The locals call them scorpion de arbol. In Spanish, that means tree scorpion, because they believe these harmless lizards possess a very toxic poison. They often kill them on sight, which is an absolute tragedy, because this is one of the most charismatic lizards I've ever seen. It's an arboreal alligator lizard. They spend much of their time in the trees, and they have a very special party trick. Look at that prehensile tail to help them move in the treetops. They're often found very high up. That was brilliant. This really is a fabulous lizard. Bromeliads are good homes for them because they provide shelter, high humidity, even trap water for the lizards to drink. And of course, there's lots of insects inside for them to feed on. How could anyone kill these charming lizards? I've really enjoyed Finca El Pilar and the city of Antigua. Later in my journey, I'll return here to witness a fiery volcano. Now I head east to the driest place in the whole of Central America, the Gila Derma Natural Reserve. A fabulous beast lurks in this seasonally dry forest. It's studied by herpetologist Daniel Ariano Sanchez and his field assistant Gilberto Salazar. We're tracking a Guatemalan beaded lizard, but Gilberto spots another rare reptile. What is it?
Iguana,
Black iguana.
Yeah.
When they feel threatened, Guatemalan spiny-tailed iguanas wedge themselves in hollow organ pipe cacti. This lizard will be extricated for a captive breeding program. its offspring will be released back into the wild. This is a very skilled job. Gilberto is the only man in the world that can get out black iguanas like this. I can barely watch. The machete just misses. But Gilberto knows what he's doing and has never injured a lizard. Wow, hey, well done, Gilberto. Can I hold him? Beautiful. Guatemalan spiny-tailed iguanas are very precious. There's less than 1,000 left in the wild because they're hunted for their flesh. And if they disappear, the Guatemalan beaded lizard that we're hoping to see will become extinct too, because beaded lizards rely on feeding on iguana eggs during the hot, dry season. This is a lovely male, isn't it? He'll help with the breeding program.
Yes, we're going to take it back to the station.
Look, there's a grand cuckoo. Beautiful blue skin around the eye.
Yes.
And that's a real speciality here.
Yeah, it's a dry forest specialist.
There's a snake, lad. Ah, hey! Beautiful. I know what this is. This is a Mexican burrowing python. They can grow a bit larger than this to 1.5 meters. They spend most of their life underground. They feed on whiptail lizards and rodents. You can see the sharp snout for burrowing. These lovely white markings on the scales. And in the sun, you can see this iridescence. These burrowing pythons never try to bite, even if you pick them up straight from the wild. You are lovely. Daniel, these are quite rare and endangered now.
Yeah, they are very rare, and because people kill them because they fear they are highly venomous.
Hopefully this one will be safe here on your reserve. The signal from the radio transmitter attached to the beaded lizard gets stronger the higher we hike up this valley. Signal's getting really strong now.
Yes, Nigel. Let's see. Oh, there it is!
Oh, yes! Be careful here. They've got a very painful bite. Oh! Oh, dear me! And then gently. And go like that. Got him. Beautiful. The Guatemalan beaded lizard is a national treasure. The skin feels lovely to the touch, and these beautiful markings. It's producing a lot of venom. This smell of lemon and sugar. I can see the venom inside the mouth and dripping out of it. Because their seasonally dry forest home is disappearing fast, Guatemalan beaded lizards are one of the most endangered lizards in the world. There's under 500 left. That's why Daniel's research and conservation work is so important. You are gorgeous. Magnificent. What a lovely lizard, Daniel.
Yes. And now we have to take it to download the GPS data. I'm very curious about how it has moved. Let me grab it and let's transport to the lab.
Safely inside.
Yes.
Daniel, you've been bitten 3 times by them.
Yes, it's the most terrible pain and puking you may imagine.
How long were you sick for?
I have been sick for 3 hours of puking and vomiting and a lot of pain. Pain lasts for 24 hours to 72 hours. So I don't wish that to anyone.
I'm so glad I wasn't bitten. We carry our precious cargo back to the field station. So Daniel, the lizard we caught had this GPS transmitter attached to its back for 15 days, and these are the extraordinary results.
Yeah, you can see the movement patterns for 15 days, how it climbed up all the hills, and that is the place where we have recovered the lizard.
How far do they walk in a 15-day period?
That track is 4 kilometers.
4 kilometres. It's really doing a lot of climbing, isn't it?
Yeah. They only move through good forest, from one dry forest patch to another dry forest patch.
So by finding out all this information, you can help protect them?
Yeah, because we know dry forest is crucial for beaded lizard conservation.
Daniel and I hope the Heloderma Natural Reserve is just the start and more dry forest will be preserved. Ranchitos de Quetzal is another forest a few hours' drive away. There's plenty of water here. At an altitude of around 2,000 metres, this fabulous forest brims with bromeliads, ferns and orchids. There's 120 species of orchid here, including a miniature one that's probably pollinated by mosquitoes. This orchid appears to have flowers growing from its leaves, but the flower stem is hidden inside the leaf stalk. Amongst the tree ferns, there's wild avocados, a favourite food of Guatemala's national bird, the resplendent Quetzal. This male preens his fabulous feathers. His mate is less showy. She's perched close by. These birds are the stuff of legend. As Tekun Uman, a Maya king, lay dying, a Quetzal hovered over him. Its feathers were soaked in his blood. Ever since, Quetzals have had a scarlet chest. Quetzales, the Guatemalan currency, is even named after the bird. Muchas gracias.
Es un gusto.
Thank you. This is delightful. Close views of a stunning unicoloured jay. Coffee, and very soon I'll be looking for a very special snake. The jay is caching tortillas somewhere in the forest. I join a young Guatemalan herpetologist, Andres Navales. Andres, so you've got favourite spots where you find the snakes?
Yes, I've got an area where we find them almost every single time.
Oh, great. It's a beautiful pit viper.
Beautiful, yeah.
Its habitat isn't too shabby either. Andres sees them most at the top of this picturesque waterfall. He saw the last one on this stretch of river. An orchid, not an X, marks the spot.
Oh, Nigel, viper.
Oh, yes! We go for a closer look. A first. For me, a lovely yellow-blotched palm viper. We get the hook underneath. Beautiful snake. These lovely markings down the back. They're found in the cloud forest between 1,300 and 2,000 metres. There's a small population in Mexico, but Guatemala is their stronghold. Andres has told me they rarely strike, but I'm being careful because the venom is quite toxic. A bite's not life-threatening, but you need anti-venom to stop nerve and tissue damage. These palm vipers are very good at climbing. You find them in the trees, where they specialise in hunting frogs and lizards. Andres, you promised, you guaranteed. you'd show me one. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Nigel. I'm glad we found it.
It's a good reason to come to Guatemala, isn't it?
The best reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Shall I let him go now?
Perfect.
There we go.
Mission accomplished. My next target is another extraordinary cloud forest creature, but it's not found at Ranchitos de Quetzal. The best place to see it is on Guatemala's border with Mexico, near the town of Sibinal. Rising to 4,220 meters, the volcano Tajumulco is the highest mountain not only in Guatemala, but in the whole of Central America. I'm on the slopes of a neighbouring volcano, Tacaná. At this farm, I've arranged to meet guide Daniel Aldana. We've a long hike ahead.
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
As if to remind us, someone is cracking the whip. Whip cracking is the traditional way to herd sheep and goats here. Rising above us, these steep forested slopes are home to horned guans, the truly bizarre birds I'm here to lay eyes on.
Oh, look, in the pine, pink-headed warbler.
Oh, yes. What a little stunner. A real special.
Yeah, you know, they're only found in the highlands of Guatemala and a little tiny spot in Mexico.
Such a pretty bird. I can't take my eyes off it.
We climb to 3,200 meters to meet Roman, a local farmer turned guan tracker.
Hola.
Hola, bienvenidos.
Gracias.
Tengo una familia acá abajo.
Buenísimo, buenísimo. He says there's a family down the slope.
Wow, that's brilliant news.
Once I've negotiated this vertiginous slope, the prize will be in view. Horned guans are big, the size of a turkey.
Oh, yeah.
There's one in the open.
Yeah. What a horned guan. This bird is really rare. There's only about 1,000 of them left. Horned guans are only found in a small part of the world. Guatemala is their stronghold, but there's a few in Chiapas, Mexico. This is an adult. The youngsters don't have that extraordinary horn on their head. Nobody's quite sure why they have them. That's a fabulous bird. Muchas gracias. Thanks, Daniel.
Great.
The volcanoes here are dormant. To see an active one spewing out lava, I must leave Sibinal and return to the city of Antigua in central southern Guatemala. The residents here are proud of the 3 volcanoes that overlook the city: Fuego, Agua, and Pacaya. The traffic's died down now. It's 3 a.m. and I'm in the town square.
I've come back to Antigua because 2 active volcanoes loom above the city like sentinels. I'm going to hike up one of them.
The lava shows up best at night.
I've hiked for nearly an hour, but it's well worth it to see this. Lava flowing from the summit of Pacaya Volcano.
A glimpse of nature's subterranean power. Pacaya is part of the Pacific Ring of Fire, an area of the world that's the meeting point of 3 tectonic plates.
Guatemala is one of the best places in the world to see this phenomenon.
Here, the tectonic plates bump together, molten rock from deep within the earth is forced up to the surface and flows down slope, cooling quickly. Pacaya is a classic stratovolcano. Its impressive cone, 2,552 meters high, is made of alternating layers of lava and ash. Usually it's a safe volcano to view. It has frequent eruptions, but they're not violently explosive. Pacaya's closest neighbour, Agua, is dormant. But a little further away, the volcano Fuego has frequent and violent eruptions. The last big one was in June 2018. Clouds of ash constantly billow from its peak. During Fuego's biggest eruptions, lava flows have engulfed whole villages, so volcanologists closely monitor it now.
Standing on the slope of a volcano, surrounded by volcanoes, is a fitting finale to my travels in Guatemala.
I adventured in dry forest, cloud forest, and on Lake Atitlan. There were Quetzals and something venomous.
The Guatemalan beaded lizard.
Around Mayan ruins, I met
Mexican tree porcupine.
black howlers and a serpent.
Superb. Finding a snake in front of a Mayan pyramid.
And I held one of the world's rarest turtles.
I'll never forget my adventures in Guatemala. It's safe for visitors now, so if you get the chance, come and see this magnificent scenery and the country's wildlife for yourself.